Well, yesterday afternoon I couldn't speak to you because there were people milling around on some of the paths around the woodlands. And that's got me thinking about drop rig security, camouflage and a bit of stealth. It's also good to have a little bit of woodland awareness. Right, so where I normally walk into the drop rig area in the Paddon Park, there's only one real way into it, and that's this way. So what I've noticed is although there are goat tracks here, I've got some footprints left here as well. So when there were some people hanging around over by here yesterday, I was thinking to myself, if they see that trail, they may actually want to go along it and explore. And that would lead them right to the drop rig where I normally leave it. So I waited for them to go, and I came in and I thought, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to change it up. So rather than following my normal track along here, as you can see, it's an obvious kind of trail up along there, and it's just up over the back there. That's where I'll leave it. If you remember from a video the other day, there was a load of goats moving along the woodland up the top. So what I decided to do was, rather than walk that way, was to go this way. As you can see, there's no obvious path here. And I decided to get onto a goat trail. So I just walked along till I saw one, and then started to follow it across. As you can see here, if you're woodland aware, you will see that trail. There's bits of goat's poo around, so you know they're coming across here, and it's quite an easy way to walk. Animals will walk the easiest way. So I need to keep an eye out for where I left the drop rig. Goes up a bit here. In fact, there's a few random little trails, little grazing trails from the goats here. I think I was up a bit higher. I'll remember this rock. Also try and remember features. Always a good idea to remember certain features. So that rock there and that tree. You can see the goat trail going up through here quite easily. Although I think most people wouldn't see it. Yeah, I think the goats, what they're doing this time of year, they're walking through, there's not much to eat. So they're eating all the old acorns up. There's a lot of energy in acorns. Good eating for goats. Right, I'm coming down in onto the top of it. To be honest with you, that camouflage is crap. It just looks made. But most people wouldn't know the difference. Okay, so this is what the goats are eating. Germinating acorns. Lots of energy there. Right, here's my drop rig. Around this old oak tree. Bit of the tape's come undone, but it's all still there. Here's the drop rig underneath here. Let's get it out. Thinking about our power issue, have we actually still got power on, and is it recording? Let's check. Cord is still going, power bank 39%. So, Back of the net, my son, we really are back in the game. Now, thinking back to our stealth, camouflage, etc. This park where I am here is a public park. So like yesterday, if you get a nice day, loads of people come here, they mill around. There's a path running diagonally down there. There's also one that runs across, kind of like almost at the top of where you can see the green there. There's one going along there, and yesterday there were people along both of these, just milling around, not really doing anything. And what I've noticed in the past is that if they see somebody walking through a place, they'll follow you, thinking that you're going somewhere. So I have no idea what that's all about. So when you're set in the rig, that's when you want to be really aware of what's going on around you. And if you walk into the same place over and over, you are going to leave a trail. And somebody will see that, especially if there's boot prints, and they will follow it. And they might find your drop rig, especially if your camouflage was like the one I left with this. Big crap. But there you go. Also, try and go to a place that's a little bit awkward to get to. So here I'm like sat on a mound of rocks. I don't think you can see it properly. It's just rocks and it's quite steep. And I think most people in general wouldn't go there. And while I'm thinking about it, leaving tape around a tree, I mean, you can see that a mile off. And the wind protectors just look totally out of place. So luckily, if you're setting up towards dusk, it's going to get dark and no one's really going to walk through. Then in the morning, if you come back early, you'll hopefully get there before anyone turns up. Now soon all this is going to change because the trees, as you can see here, there's no foliage, there's no plants growing. So in about 2 months, all this is going to be different. We're going to have leaves and we're going to have plants. And we're also going to have bugs. Bugs are really handy. People don't like them, they stay away from them. So they are our friends. I've been leaving drop rigs out for about 2 years and I haven't lost one yet. But I do think about the security of them, especially in public places like this park. And also remember, local people, if somebody sees you walk into a place 2 or 3 times a month, back and forward to the same place, they're going to think, what's going on there? And they might go and have a look. And then the tourists, like I said, they'll follow you because they don't know where they're going. They think that you're going off to do something or see something and they want to get a bit of it themselves. And for woodland awareness, just go into the woods. Actually stop still and listen and look. Walk slowly. Become one with the woods, as some might say. I'm going to strip this down now, head off back to the house. If there's any snippets, I'll stick them at the end of this video and I'll put the hour before and after dusk and dawn in the Paddon Park archive file playlist. Thanks for watching, see you next time.